Hello educators, in this video I would like to talk about why STEM is very important. And I would like to support this idea with some of the data I will share with you. And the data is including, according to Aerospace Industries and Association of America, reported in 2008, the US is currently experiencing a chronic decline in homegrown STEM talent, science, technology, engineering, and math talent, and is increasingly dependent on the foreign scholars to fill the workforce and leadership voids. Similarly, in 2007, the total number of the foreign citizens studying in the US graduates has passed the 500,000 mark. Nearly one-third of all graduate students enrolled in the US universities now come from abroad, from other countries. In 2003, only 4% of US college graduates majored in engineering compared to 13% of European students and 20% of the students in Asia. So basically, if you make this data very simplest way, if you rephrase, in US college graduates, only 4% of the US United States citizens are interested in the engineering, and European people interested in the 13% of them are interested in the engineering. In Asia, 20% of the population is interested in the. So it means in US currently, and Europe and Asia. So next 50 years, 100 years will be shaped and designed by the countries. Whoever has more people are interested in those topics. And another data is very important because this is a very shocking since there appears to be data supporting careers, the jobs and STEM occupation. This is also supported by the recent report by the US Business Roundtable Table, which warns that if the current trends continue, more than 90% of the all scientists and engineers in the world will live in Asia. And STEM education in the US can help solve these problems in the future. So the emphasis is we have to start from the schools to change this data in this next 20 years. So the students in our schools right now, we have to implement and we have to engage them on the STEAM subjects. So it is totally dependent on the teachers. The reason for this video is I would like to also educate and give the importance of this topic and show them and reflect why it is important right now. We share all this data. And that's why US education system should be established to educate and graduate more students from STEM-related jobs. And also, this data is very important in the future because these are going to be our future data, we have to know. Because the US Department of Commerce estimates that jobs in science, technology, engineering, and math will grow 17% by 2018. Nearly double the growth of for non-STEM fields. Again, this is very important. And 17% by 2018. Right now we are in the early 2016, and in February we are talking about, so in 2 years, and there will be growth. Why? Because as I mentioned in the previous video, everything is being evolving, everything is changing based on the computer and based on the technology. Unfortunately, buying technology and learning technology, and it's so hard and difficult. It has to start from the early years of the childhood in order to be compatible, adaptable. And the other thing is, at the universities and the college, at the teacher certification programs, they are not geared into teaching technology to teachers. They teach general educational pedagogy, educational theories about classroom management, psychology. Those are very important items, but they are lacking to teach those technology, computer, and STEM-related topics in order to inspire, get teachers to be inspiring to teach the students. So why? Also, they don't have enough staff at the universities to teach those subjects. So basically, it's kind of just a viscous cycle. First of all, universities, teachers, and program, and at the same time, the schools and the leaders. If you look at any school, let's say in the school building there are 3 different learners, and principals, Generation X, usually 40 to 50 and 60 years old, and current teachers, millennials, and also the learners are 21st century learners. If you look at this 3 generations, it is hard to get them sit down and understand each other and also utilize and effectively all the resources. So who's going to bring them together and get them understand their needs and the way they learn and the way they solve the problems and what is the expectations? Here is, unfortunately, the victimized group is 21st century learners, because their teachers didn't learn the things, their teachers didn't have any applications or video games or iPhones everywhere and connected to the internet anytime. So, but these students coming from home and families, and those families are giving them all those technological gadgets and the devices, and they come to school, we put them in the classroom, so teachers try to cover the topics and the subjects and follow the curriculum and the guidelines, and classrooms are all separately and teachers are sitting in the, and so basically this is the way of the schools right now. And administrators spending their time with more meetings, board, and finding the resources and enrollment, and also pay attention to their accreditation, including state test scores and their reputation about in the blue ribbon or at the effective school or excellent school or A school or B school. So everybody in the school has different agenda, and also who's going to be creating the environment to encourage and to motivate STEAM education and curricular implementation, which requires a lot of effort, comes from administrators to establish the environment and buy the resources and also provide the professional development opportunities and get the teachers are motivated to learn and change and adapt their classroom and spend more time before and after school time to be appealing and to be attracting their classroom subjects to students, and how we are going to be also teaching standards at the same time engage them with the STEAM, science, technology, and art. It requires a very good organization who believes in their mission and what they are doing and the importance of this. As an educators, we are shaping next 100 years of the civilization. Thanks so much.